Hey, you all. How are you? How are you? How are you? It's Latanya here. And I decided today to come inside this community because um, there's certain things, especially now in this climate, with many people, if you are a small business owner, um, whatever you are doing, we're finding out more and more information in which you can gather money. There's still grants out there, there's still loans out there. And so we want you to connect with certain people out there that are able to literally show you how to grab your money. But in the process of it all, today I wanted to talk about how you can begin to develop that one goal. Put that one goal in mind. I have my little whiteboard because I love whiteboards and I love writing. But I want you all to begin to think about that one goal. And if you want me to literally take your goal or take that thing that you're trying to accomplish and try to map it out for you, I literally will do that if I see something in the comments. But forgive me if, let me see if I can literally, because it's just us inside this group. But I want to be able, let me see if I see something here. Hey. But I want to be able to look at a goal and I want to be able to show you guys how I do things. Right now, I'm sitting on something that I'm mapping out myself. One thing we do know when it comes to mapping out a structure, when you're trying to accomplish something, it's necessary for you not to rush through it. Hey. It's necessary for you not to rush through it. It is necessary for you to map out the plan. And so I'm going to talk. And if you have questions, feel free to ask. I'm going to just try to get through this and try to make sure I answer some of your questions. I know one thing, a lot of people ask me, how did I become an associate professor? How is it that I obtain contracts? Well, I don't just think about it one day and I just simply say, okay, I'm going to have it by tomorrow. I literally have to map everything out. And so I want you all, hopefully you all can see this. I want you all to evaluate. And I don't know if you've ever read that one book. It's called That One Thing. But I want you all to evaluate that one goal that you're looking to accomplish, whether it is to obtain more customers or clientele. What is that goal? Is it to get those contracts? Is it to develop a product? Is it to develop a program? What is the goal that you're literally looking to accomplish? And so let me try to, let's see, somebody give me something. You could put it over in the, let me see. So let's look at, I want to literally put down a goal. Um, and so we can literally map this thing out because it's that goal. And then we literally have to develop the plan for it. And then we have to look at our objectives to accomplish that goal and all of those things. And so say, for instance, you guys, okay, so let me take myself for example. Okay, so let's go with the contracts. Okay, we're going to go with the contracts and the clientele. Most people are always trying to get customers. So I'll tell you what, because most people are always trying to get customers. Am I right? Okay, so let's deal with that. So say my ultimate goal is for, can you all see this? I'm writing with my right hand. So say for instance, my ultimate goal is to obtain customers, you guys. If my ultimate goal is to obtain customers, there are certain things that I have to put in place in order to obtain that. And so I always tell people, in order to get there, we now have to develop a plan. I call the plan being the house. The house is just like you are creating a house. This house is the plan. And you have to put all the pieces to the puzzles. This is my little chimney. You have to put all the pieces to the puzzle. Now you can't see it from down there. You got to put all the pieces to the puzzle in this plan in order for you to obtain more customers. So in order for me to obtain customers, you think about it. What do I need? Okay, I need to understand who my customers are. But first and foremost, I have to evaluate what is it that I have to offer. What are my advantage points in order for me to connect to my specific audience, in order for me to obtain those customers? See, these are things that we have to begin to put in place in order to get more customers. We just can't say, I'm going to get customers and start posting, assuming that it's going to happen. Because in it, you have to not only be visible, but you also have to be relatable. So now you have to say, if I'm looking to obtain more customers, you all, what is it and who are the type of people that I can go after? I always tell people, evaluate. If you have a service or if you have a product, what is that one thing that you have noticed people always have a tendency to purchase from you? What is that service or that product? And evaluate that particular individual. What is it? A man? Is it a woman? Is it an older lady? Is it a young lady? Is it a corporate person? Who is it? And so when I'm evaluating this, you guys, my ultimate goal is for more customers. Now I have to say, okay, I have to develop my avatar. I'm going after more customers, the plan. Okay. I now have to develop more. I have to evaluate who my people are. I also now in this, I have to evaluate what is it. You guys can't see it down here. I'm just going to speak it. Now I have to look at not only developing the avatar, I now have to go through this in my plan. I have to now evaluate in those people that I'm going after, what are their likes? What are their dislikes? What are they on social media? Where, and then if they are on social media, what platform are they mostly on? These are all part of your plans, because look, your ultimate goal is for more customers. All right. So you have to know where your customers are. And in order to do this, I'm telling you right now, you guys, you have to be able to develop an avatar or a persona, or now they call it the ICA, ideal customer. Okay. And so you have to, honestly, you guys, there are things in here that I'm realizing that we're missing, and not able to truly leverage what we have to offer, because a lot of times we're missing this one thing. Who are our people? And the only way you're able to connect to your people, you have to learn to be relatable. All right. And so with that, you guys, you have to be able to develop your plan. My goal is that. My plan is, I always call it my house. My house is, what do I need to do in order to reach my goal? What do I need? I need to understand who my people are. I need to, okay, in order, if I'm looking to connect with them on social media platforms, I have to evaluate, do I have platforms that I am on? Am I part of groups? Where am I? So now you have to say, in my plan, I have to be on what platform? Where my people are, and what platforms are they located on? All right. And so in that, I'm trying to go fast because I don't want to keep you guys. And if you have questions, definitely ask. I'm not looking at my phone. I'm so sorry, but you always know you can ask me and I will definitely send you the answer. And so now, once again, in my plan, what do I need? That means I need to be on these platforms where they are. If you have collected a database, which I tell people to always do, you want to be able to also have a database. You want to make, this is all part of your plan. If you have a service or you have a product, some people, you really possibly want a sales funnels. There are ways around it, but even sales funnels. So these are all part of plans. There's more to it, but you have to, what your goal is. And so you have to begin to develop it. What do you need in this plan? What do I need? I need a presence. I need to understand my people. I need to be relatable. I need to be up to par on my social media platforms. I need an email database. I may need a sales funnel. I need to understand what my advantage points are to what it is that I'm offering. And the list can go on and on and on. And so now we get down to, once we know our needs, our needs, what's in our house, you guys, you now have to evaluate your objectives. Your objectives, what is it that you need to achieve your goal? So now I look at this even on a day-to-day basis. Now, say for instance, now we're on our social media platforms. I'm trying to get more customers, if that be the place. Now I have to evaluate on a day-to-day, what is the objective that I'm trying to meet? But I also tell people you have to look at, hopefully you guys can see this. And I always tell my students about SMART goals. You guys can't see it over there. But when I talk about SMART goals, you guys, that means you have to evaluate SMART. You got to get smart. You have to be specific. You have to, it has to be measurable. It has to be something that's attainable. It has to be relatable, and it has to be time bound. So once again, what's my SMART? I got to get smart. I got to be specific. What Now we can get down to, if I'm going after consumers, what type of consumers or what type of clients? And that's where your avatar comes into place. When I talk about measurable, I'm asking myself, okay, what is the percentage that I'm going after? What is the percentage that I'm looking for in my time pine that I'm able to obtain, being attainable? What is the percentage that I can attain, and how relatable can it be in a certain period of time? So say for instance, I want to obtain 5 clients, or I want 5 consumers, or whoever it is, and I want them by August 1st. Okay, I need to write all that stuff out. And so that gives me more part of my plan, so I can put it all in order to reach my particular goal. As I say, a lot of times they're benchmarks. You want to be able to create benchmarks for when you're creating and when you're planning and when you're going after what it is that you're going after. It can be absolutely anything that you're looking to go after. Whatever that goal is, we have to create that plan. We need those objectives, you guys. What am I going to do on a day-to-day basis? I need to get real smart. I need to be real specific. I have to be measurable. It has to be attainable, relatable, and it has to be time bound. Hey, 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 I see you. Okay. And so now we have to look at the objectives. On a day to day basis, what is it that I need to achieve? Okay. And so you want to write all of these things out. What do I need to do today? Do I need to do a live stream? Do I need to send an email out today? What is it? Or on a weekly basis, do I need to develop a campaign? What do I need to do on a day-to-day basis in order to reach my particular goal of obtaining clients? Now, this is another thing, and it's just like money. You have to look at, remember, we're talking this time on obtaining those goals. So if my goal is to connect to more people, it's to obtain more clients, it's to obtain more contracts, whatever it is, remember, it has to be measurable, it has to be attainable, it has to be, write it down, make it time bound. Don't go out and say, I want 100 customers by the end of the week. That may not, for some people it may be attainable, but for everyone it simply may not be attainable, and it may not be something that it may not be attainable in that week. Now it may be obtainable in a month or two, but give yourself permission to operate through the time frame, and then you begin to work through the process. Okay, you have to be able to understand and relate and be relatable and be able to connect, because one thing we are knowing now, you guys, I always tell people, we're very, very smart people. And if you cannot be relatable, if you are not visible, if you do not provide content that is relatable to the people, people go somewhere else. That's just exactly what people do. And so if I am going after a particular customer, say it's a client, I already know who my avatars are for my big clientele. They are HR people, mainly females. And it's more detailed than that. So I already know where my people are. My people are on, honestly, my people are on LinkedIn. Now I can still post information on Instagram, Facebook. You really, really need to know about these different platforms and where people are. Everyone's hitting up Instagram. A lot of people are everywhere, but you really need to know how to operate each and every one of them. And you want want to know where where are your customers? Because otherwise, unless we're posting and we're doing this for free, you can do whatever you want to do. But if you're really have hey, this thing wanted to act up, but I came back in. I came back in. So when we look at all of these guys, and I always tell people, you want to write down your objectives, because, and you guys can watch this a little bit later. I don't know, you know what, but you can always watch this. It'll be inside the group. But you always want to look at your objectives. Those objectives are you being able to achieve your goals on that day-to-day basis. And this too is part now. When you know the objectives on what it is that you need to accomplish, you guys, then that's when you start. Now we start working on the strategy or the tactics, in order to achieve, if you want to do your objectives, all leading up to reaching that ultimate goal. And so you want to then begin to say, all right, if I need to be more visible, if an objective, in order for me to obtain more clientele and more customers on the right platform, on the right, sending out my emails, you have to evaluate that part. Now that means, when are my people on? Remember, we're creating this plan, and then you begin to look at the content that your particular clientele, your particular avatar would be most interested in, whatever platform they are on. That's when you want to do it. I always say, you always want to you always want to develop the right content, and you want the right context. What is context? It's how you use it, whether it is video, whether you're utilizing TikTok, whatever you're doing. When you place your content, and where you place your content, that is part of your context. And so these are different information, and that's a lot of information that you want to have in order to reach your goal, you guys. And I want to dig a little bit deeper into this, but first and foremost, you always want to know what it is that you bring to this table. What is the advantage that you have? And you want to be able to break those things down. That's why I created Create and Launch. But you want to be able to break those things down, because that is your platform, that is your springboard, and then you begin to build. And so that is all part of you beginning to leverage yourself, beginning to leverage your company, so you can obtain the goals that you're looking to achieve. But you have to develop a plan. You need to know your objectives, and you have to begin to put together your strategy and develop your tactics in order to get to that place. Now, here we have, this is where people begin to fail, you all. And this is what I always tell my students. What begins to happen, because we are a microwave society and we want things now, it really, in order for stuff to really work the way we want it to work, because honestly, I failed on multiple occasions. There are things that I wanted to do, it didn't work. All right. Because when I went back and looked at what I did, I realized I was missing things. I had a leak in my process. And so in that, you want to make sure that you have all of those ducks in a row, and you want to give yourself time. You want to give yourself a time frame in order to accomplish all of this. And another thing, I always tell people now, since this pandemic, it's been a blessing for some people. Some people, they're still trying to figure out what it is what they want to do. But for a lot of people, it has really truly been a blessing. From PPPs to EIDL, to unemployment, all of that stuff. And I'm hopeful that you began to put money to the side, so we don't stay solo workers, because at the end of the day, we need people, we need help. in order for us to get away from mom and pop, in order to elevate and play with the big wigs, because now you have people, you have customers, you have clientele that are looking for the small business owners. And when you know that, you have to know how to begin to leverage yourself, what you bring to the table, but you want to make sure that everything is in place. You want to make sure your website's in order. You want to make sure all of that is straight, because you don't want to start putting, as I say, you don't want to put the buggy before the horse and all of your ducks are not in the row. That would be like me saying, okay, go over to my Instagram page and click on this link, and you click on my link and nothing's working. I have to consistently make sure my links are operational, because people's mindset are they far and few between. You already know if something don't work the first time, we move on. We just do what we do. And so you want to begin to operate like that. You want to begin to evaluate. So what I want to say to you guys today, um, pick that one goal that it is that you're looking to accomplish. Are you looking to step out? For instance, like I said, for me, when I wanted to become a professor at the college. I first, honestly, it was a process. I went back to school, which was like another 2 years. But my ultimate goal was that, and I'm still not done. There are different things that I'm still looking to do, but I'm being smart. I'm being specific. I know what it is. I'm measuring it. There's certain things that I'm doing on a day-to-day basis. I'm making sure that it's attainable. I'm not going too far in advance. And then it has to be relatable, and everything is time bound. I have to measure, and then I have to work it. That means many of you need to create a schedule for yourself. You need to develop a plan. You need all of this stuff, you guys, needs to be written down. And then I don't care if you have to put it on the bathroom wall, if you have to post it up on your computer, whatever it is that you have to do, you want to post it so you make it visible. What is your vision? What is your mission? What are you looking to accomplish? It is a process. So let me tell you all, don't let anyone tell you that, oh, you can get this overnight. It don't work like that. When you are developing, when you have a goal in mind, when you have all of that, there are factors that have to go in place, but you have to be willing to give yourself time. But you can say, okay, I want to accomplish this SMART objective by such and such a date. But then you have to ask yourself, what is it that I need to accomplish by that date? All right. And so I wanted to give those little tidbits to you, because I wanted to begin to put those things in your mind, because we're collecting money. We're collecting, well, if you paying attention to what's happening, people are collecting money, but you want to be smart in everything that it is that you're doing. If that means you have to go get your EIN, what is it that you need to go do to get your EIN? That's part of a plan in order to run an operation, to run a business, in order to be able to get funding, or in order to get what you need to get. Ask us. There are plenty of people around here that will be able to tell you. If that means you need to inbox me, because you don't want to share, inbox me, and I'll tell you what it is that you need to do next. Okay. All right. And so that's all I wanted to say. I am so sorry that there was a glitch here in this system. It's always something, seems like, when we're going getting in. Now I see the sun is coming through, messing up my board. But anyway, you all, always know that you can reach out to me, inbox me, ask me questions, so we can get this process moving, because we want to see you successful. But in order for you to do that, you have to set a goal, and then you got to go backwards, and you got to evaluate, what is the plan, what am I trying to accomplish here, and then you have to put the strategy and the tactics to it, and you have to have benchmarks, piece by piece, day by day. What is it that I need to do? And it is so much more to this, but that's all I wanted to say to you all now. Remember, you can always rewind this, go back to the beginning. I'm going to be stressing this more and more, because what I'm beginning to see and what I realize is, we say we want to do something and we begin to do it, but we have no plan in order to accomplish it, and we do not put a time to what it is that we're trying to accomplish. Give yourself permission in regards to that time frame, okay? Don't push yourself past the point when you know that it's too much for that time, and be okay with the time frame that you have, but make sure you set something, because even if you miss that time frame, you wrote something down, and what it's going to do mentally, it's going to cause you to say, oh snap, I didn't get that done this week, but let me make sure I get that done by tomorrow. All right, so that's it for this afternoon, you guys. I am so glad that you were here. And always, once again, I'm Latanya. Inbox me if you have any questions, you have concerns, you're trying to start something. If I don't have the answers, of course, we have other people that do. All right. Love you guys so, so very much. And I'll see you later. Bye bye.